So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Well, this defense for the Bills, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
Even better than that, they pitched a shutout in that game, and I'm telling you, trust me on this one. That's a confidence builder for the rest of the season. When you get a defense that puts together a performance like that this early in the year, well, that sends notice to the rest of the NFL and spreads confidence throughout the locker room that they're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Here's Wilson to throw. That one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Here comes Carter. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here are the Bills to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start here with Jackson. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. The numbers for Jackson in last week's game, 18 carries, 107 yards.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect that there's more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same way.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, this is Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. The give to the fullback on the dive. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jackson. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football. But sometimes you've got to go left, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Forced to his left, still able to accurately throw it downfield for a completion.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. On the give, this is their fullback. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
And now a carry here for their fullback. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. It's the fullback.
His first rushing touchdown of the year.
As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Boy, CD, what a start for them. Still in the first quarter, they're absolutely blitzing them. All the points that they put up, I'm not sure what you say on the other sideline right now.
I think it's as simple as this, partner. The way that they're playing, there's no limits on what this lead could become.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it is 28-0. So that one a 13-play drive in total, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground. Hall.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Wilson. And he loses the football a second time. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Boy, very surprising. 2 lost fumbles for him, and we're still in the first quarter of play.
And you want to make a quick trip to the doghouse, maybe to the bench? Fumble twice in the first quarter as he just did. Now you just wonder, is he going to be thinking about every time he touches the ball from here on out?
They run on first down with Jackson. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
2nd down, ball on the 3. First down marker at the 1-yard line.
They'll set up a throw. They'll roll him out right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. From 4 yards out.
And the Bills are able to add on to their first half lead. So this now 34-0 with the extra point pending. And Charles, I thought these guys might have the advantage coming in, but I didn't expect this.
Well, I'm glad we're going with full transparency here because I didn't either. I thought we might be looking at a 24-20 type game, maybe 13-10 at the half. But this has been total, utter domination.
Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series.
And ball security has been a big issue. You see the numbers there. He's fumbled twice already.
And whenever we talk about ball security, it's not simply how you're holding the ball when you run it. It's all the other things that you do. Is it in the proper arm, meaning the sideline is protecting you? Are you dipping a shoulder to protect the ball as well? And obviously the 4 points of pressure to make sure it's tucked firmly against your body so people can't pop it out.
On first down, Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And this is going to be brought back for a Bills touchdown.
Well, Charles, I mean, things just seem to be getting worse and worse for one sideline. Or flip it over after that fumble return for a touchdown. Better and better on the opposite end. What an impressive first-half performance.
And, partner, I know the saying in the NFL goes that no lead is safe. But I will say that this one seems pretty secure. And if we continue to see plays like that, I'm going to switch back and say this lead is safe.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And the route is on here in this first half. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that will bring up 2nd down. Now Wilson. Firing quickly here. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Boy, ball security a problem for him so far. 2 first-half fumbles. The first one they were able to keep. This one, a turnover.
And they've got to determine what is causing these turnovers. Is it extra effort, trying to get extra yardage? Sometimes you just have to take what you can get and just take care of the ball.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught. Touchdown. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bills extend their lead yet again. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1 play drive and into the end zone for 6. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And New York set to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Here's Wilson.
That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss.
Here's Jordan Stout now.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Hooked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Jets are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they've had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them, because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 4th down.
Out now is the punter, Jordan Stout.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. On the return, Carter. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7, 4th coming. They run again with Jackson. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
They'll try and run with their fullback. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
And sometimes it doesn't matter how big and strong and powerful you are. The defense is going to win an occasional battle, and they did on that one. Stopped him well short of picking up a 1st down.
And now the up man has it. It's a fake.
I know, without even asking, without even looking in your direction, that you are not a fan of that call.
Oh, I wish you would look, Brandon, because I was actually thinking this would be the perfect time for a fake.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. This doesn't make any sense to me at all. This deep in your own territory. Look, I'm all for being unconventional. That part's cool, and I get it. But this deep, I just don't think it's the right time to make that call.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. On on the draw. It's Hall.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Now this is picked up by the Bills. The 30. 10. 5. And this is going to be brought back for a Bills touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The Jets going to take over now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
He gets it underneath to Hall.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. This hasn't been their cleanest first half of football. Last thing they wanted to do was give it up to the opposition, but able to keep it as it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, tough first half, no doubt about it. But if they turn it over there, now things turn a little, how would you say it, dire? And they didn't need that hassle at all. So being able to take care of the football is paramount. Fortunate bounce for them there in order to retain it.
Throwing again here, Wilson.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 16. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try to wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report.
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway.
From his end zone, here comes Carter. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They'll begin the drive with Jackson on the ground. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. Second and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
And he's going to have a Bills first down as the tackle made here at the 36.
They'll look to throw here. He'll hit Jackson, complete.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. On first down, Carr. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down. They're going to look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone, and it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now a handoff inside. It's Jackson, and he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down. Again, it's Jackson as he'll stay on the ground and able to work his way down to the 16. 72 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
2nd and goal from the 1. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bills take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. To throw is Wilson. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Wilson. This pass out wide to Hall. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Taking it about the 16. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. They'll run again with Jackson.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On the give, here comes Jackson. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now a give, it's Jackson. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. On 2nd down, this is Jackson. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now Jackson. And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 23. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
144 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Up the middle they go. It's Carr. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustain.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Bills are pouring it on. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Bills are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. And this defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close. A big play here for Buffalo. 48 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Bills touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bills get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, They came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Throw left side complete. That's more. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on E.
And intercepted. Wilson's third of the game.
And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things, but these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat.
Pressure comes and Wilson's going to go down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. A throw over the middle taken in. It'll be a gain of 5. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 20. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. On the run, this is Jackson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
155 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run with Jackson. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll run it with Jackson. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll run on first down. It's Carr. And they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, going to take this to about the 10-yard line. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably doing play action since you ran it twice.
And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Bills are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. And New York set to take the field. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Again, Wilson. Looking for the out route, and he's got more. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Wilson. And that is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total domination from start until now, and I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas at this point.
Do you think that on the sideline, some jokester said to one of his teammates, maybe a few of them, hey, we're up 50. Why not go for 100? You think maybe that line was uttered on the sideline? I can't believe what we're seeing here. An NFL game this lopsided.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. It's Jackson again on the reception. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Now they're going to try this again. It's another fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. There are times to run that fake, and there are times to not run it, and this, without question, would fall in the latter category.
Well, I don't know about without question, partner. I think we should look at the analytics on this one because, oh, yeah, the analytics say, yeah, without question. You should have gone ahead and punted the football because now, not only did you not get it, and you really had no chance to, what a short field that you turned the ball over to the other offense.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Second and 6. No, scratch that. Second and 7. Throwing is Wilson. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Wilson to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The kick by Carlson is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. In the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Jets are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's second down. Operating from the gun, Wilson. Now he's got the hook up to Moore. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll make it second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection. At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Wilson will throw again. And this one is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Bills getting set to go. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late 4th quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second.
He's got a man complete. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Looking to throw. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. It's caught at the 5. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No. One last shot for Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Bills come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Bills, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.